Hey everybody, I'm Glenn,
And I'm Xander.
and together we are Fun King 3D, and this is just a short video as a progress report on the Anet A8. Stick with us. All right, everybody, so we just wanted to make this quick video to let you know that, well, the progress that our Anet A8 has made. Not necessarily the progress that we have made with it, and you know, maybe that's a little bit of it too, but we're kind of excited to tell you about this guy because I don't know if you guys know the story, but we ordered the Prusa, which you can see back here, and
Progress.
because of the lead time to get it, because of the back order, I'm very impatient, so we ordered the Anet A8. Which I'm actually pretty happy with it. As you can see, all the yellow parts on there were stuff that was printed by us. Let's see if I can swing my mic out. All the yellow parts were parts that were printed by us for it. We did not do any upgrades. We didn't do any modifications to the printer. Only things that we did were things like the Z-wobble braces. I don't know if you guys can really see, but I made caps for my lead screws to try to eliminate some of the Z-wobble. A lot of people in the forums and the Facebook groups were just spinning out of control. Don't put caps on your lead screws. That's not the problem. Well, in fairness, between those screws, which are caps, which are loose, the Z screws can still move. Plus, I used paper. I used pieces of paper to shim the top of the smooth rods, and pieces of zip tie to shim the bottom of them. We've almost completely eliminated the Z-wobble, which is fantastic. Other than that, I don't think we've really done the cable chain, which was really more for cable management, which we've only done half the cable management. And the reason for that is we were waiting to hit the 100-hour mark to start doing upgrades. And I think one of the first upgrades we're going to do is the AM8, which is the aluminum frame. And it's not that I feel it needs it. I just feel that it's something I want to do. So I didn't really do any of the cable management on the back end of it. But so far, it has printed something every day since it was built. Yeah. Whether I needed it or not, we've printed something every day. So, and we're pretty happy to tell you that right now the printer has how many hours?
I believe 125.
125 hours on that guy. So, and we have a few things here. Xander, go ahead and tell them about some of the things that you have.
Why don't we turn on?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's let them see your stuff and us. I mean, we're a couple of handsome dudes.
So we'll start with the Chinese chess piece, and this is the second thing printed off of the Anet A8. And if you look at the back, it's like a little.
Yeah, we actually printed two of those. We printed one of those as the first one, but I was greedy and kept the first item. He got the second item out of there. Sorry, go ahead.
The bottom is a little
Talk a little louder.
The bottom is a little like rough, and
Yeah, let's see if we can get the focus on that. Go ahead and hold that back in front of the camera so that people can see how terrible our first layer was. So that's what it laid down for a first layer, and honestly, when it laid down, I thought, oh, that's not so bad. It's actually pretty terrible. Yeah. So, but go ahead and show them the sides. Hold it up in the same distance. Let them see the sides. Let them see the sides. I was actually really impressed even at this point because there wasn't any tuning to this. I mean, we leveled the bed, and that was it. And then just selected this off of the SD card. So, all right, go ahead and show them the next piece.
And then here's a Team Instinct badge or coin.
A little louder. You can talk to my mic. You just got to be louder.
A Team Instinct badge, and if you look at the bottom of this one, it's actually a little better.
Yeah, let's see if we can get the angle on that. You can see.
Yeah, it's actually like really better.
first layer on that is it's so smooth. Like you don't even feel the lines. And there's no processing on these. This is how they were when they came off the printer. Okay, go ahead.
Hey, Genius, do you want to tell the story about this one?
All right, I'll tell the story about this one. Obviously, this is our Fun King head. And first of all, I got to say that I'm really excited to see the Fun King in 3D. Fun King was our logo for a t-shirt company that I owned, and he was always a two-dimensional image. I created him in 2D. He lived in 2D. He was only ever cut out of stickers and printed on shirts, that kind of stuff. When I finally modeled him in 3D, I was so excited. So this was, you didn't have the other one. Get the other one that's got the ring on it.
Okay.
This was actually made, let me punch back over here. If you can see right here, we made a fan cover for the Anet, and it's like this. So the reason Xander's calling me a genius is because when I made this one was skewed. When I put it on the fan, the face was skewed like this, and I couldn't have that. It had to be at 90 degrees. So I redesigned the whole thing, and in the 3D modeling software, coming down from the top, I modeled the Fun King head a millimeter off of the ring without realizing it, and I printed it that way. So once I took it off the printer and peeled all the supports off the back, it was just a Fun King head, which is cool. I mean, we have a Fun King head all by itself. It's pretty great. Haven't done a full 3D one yet, but it'll come. So that's all you have to show?
Yeah.
All right, so a few things that I have to show. For anybody that's watched our Hot Box series, this is my Hot Box. And what this guy does for me is it lets me mute the mic, it lets me start and stop recording, and it lets me change all of my camera views. Like I'm gonna push 1, and here we're back to where you see us here. So, and if I go to 3, that's this camera, but if I go to 4, it's this camera with us in it. Super cool, built out of an Arduino. The video is in our channel. Check it out if you have a need for a custom keyboard. I also use it for Rhino 3D. This switch right here it's a 4 selector. It lets me have it as 4 different keyboards. When I pop it over to 2, it's all the shortcuts of the stuff I use in Rhino. But I digress. That's getting off into another topic. Check out the Hotbox video. So, but I did print this, the whole box. It's actually embossed on the back. Fun King 3D Hotbox. This was the biggest print I've done to date. It took, I think it was 6 hours for the front part of it and 4 hours for the back piece of it. Again, no processing on this. Look how tight that fit. I mean, absolutely perfect. Now, in fairness, I did make, don't want to make you dizzy, I did make a couple of what I'm going to call test prints. I chopped this piece out. This is the selector switch and where the big switches go. The first time the hole was too small. I enlarged the holes. I printed this piece again, added a beveling to this, and the rotary switch and the push buttons, perfect. The tolerance that I'm getting out of this guy, calibration cubes, I'm about, on a 20 millimeter cube, we're at about 20.2 millimeters. So the tolerance is good. The tolerance is good. This is just something else I printed. This is on Thingiverse. I will get the link to anything that we're going to show you today that's on Thingiverse and put it down in the description so that the authors get credit for it. This thing is so cool. If you need some type of a camera holder or you know, whatever.
Selfie stick.
Yeah, he thinks it's a selfie stick. This thing is cool. I use it to hold this old S3 camera for doing time lapses of the on the printer, and it's cool. It didn't take much to print it. It was about $4 worth of hardware from the hardware store, and it's all articulating and clampy and awesome. So, but we're now printing on a glass bed. I put a piece of glass on the bed of the A8, and the bottom, like here, you can see the the lines, but it's completely glassy smooth. So, and anything I go to print that I don't want that shiny bottom, I just put a piece of tape on the glass. So, and it's just cheap glass out of a picture frame. So now without further ado, I want to show you what caused me to make this video. Everybody prints benchies. It just seems to be the thing to make sure that your printer's doing what it's supposed to be doing. Up to this point, I never printed a benchy, and I think the reason why, because I was afraid of failure. I was really afraid that the printer was going to have issues, and I didn't want my printer to have issues. This is my benchy. Sorry, that's not fair. This is our benchy. This has 0 post-processing. This is 100% the way that I took it off the bed of the printer. There was no stringing, there was nothing. I mean, it doesn't look like an injection molded piece or anything. I'm not saying that, but yeah, usually there's a lot of stringing in the little cab area. You can see there's just a little bit of roughness. I don't even know which side it's on. It's on one side or the other, but you can see it there towards the back of the cab. I am blown away. I'm blown away by that. So that made me print this guy right here, because I hadn't really tested bridging. So this is on Thingiverse as well. It does a 10 millimeter to a 100 millimeter bridge, and I don't know if you can see how tall it is, how high it would be off the bed, but and I might have to adjust the focus on this to get up really close. Let's try this. That's pretty good right there. So you can see there's a little bit of hang, but all the way across, it bridged every one of those with a fantastic top. So I don't want you guys to take this video as a review of the Anet A8. I've heard some rough stuff about them. I've heard some good things about them. The quality control apparently is pretty bad. They've been showing up without holes punched through the acrylic and stuff. But just with the little bit of stuff that we have done, it's a fantastic printer. And for the money, it's a fantastic printer. Again, not a review, not telling you to run out and buy one, but if you are looking for a printer in a low dollar area that has a good bed size, I mean, it prints some fairly large things. Yeah, it has blown me away. So and now of course our Prusa isn't built yet. We're still working on that. Xanders had other obligations, so we haven't been able to finish it yet. But I'm hoping that when I build that thing, that I think to myself, oh my gosh, the Anet A8's a piece of junk. Because at this point, to me it is not. It really does a knockout job. I mean, even the detail on our little Fun King guy and stuff. I guess I should tell you too, like this was printed at 0.2 layer height. It's got a 0.8 wall thickness. This is AIO Robotics PLA, and if you haven't tried AIO, go for it. I like it. Between that and Hatchbox so far, the only other stuff that I've tried is some really off-brand stuff, and I have some eSun, which I'm not crazy about the eSun, but it might just be the one that I have. But anyway, so the A8, 125 hours, and you know what that means. It's time to tear it apart and make it into something else after the Prusa is ready. But honestly, no, it is time to start. We are going to start modifying the Anet A8. I know I want to change out the power supply. I have noticed lately that the bed takes a little longer to come up to temperature. And at first I was thinking maybe it was because I had put the glass on it, but no, because I've been using the glass now for a couple of weeks, and it's just been over the last couple of days that the bed hasn't been coming up to temperature as fast. I know I want to build a control box, or a box for the motherboard. I also want to put the MOSFETs on it. I haven't had any problem. A lot of people have had burn connectors and stuff. We haven't had any problem with burn connectors. We soldered right to the heat bed right away. So all that's been fine, but we are going to change out the power supply to a 30 watt. I really want to do the AM8 upgrade. It seems senseless because this thing prints so well, but it is just a much more sturdy frame, and I think that we could increase our speed then. I also wouldn't mind then hanging a roll of filament off the top of it. Right now, as you can see, I have a PVC pipe rack that I made out of just 1-inch PVC, which is working pretty well. But it's time. It's time to get that thing modified. See if we can get even better prints out of it. The bearings are getting noisy, and I think that silicone, the 4-in-1 silicone lubricant that we used, is wearing out. And I've been doing some research, and grease is actually recommended in linear bearings. So I'm gonna play with that. I'm gonna actually strip it down to the linear bearings, probably just on the y-axis in the beginning, because they'll be the easiest one to get to. And I have some HPFE lube that was actually, it's a Ford lubricant for their drive shaft, but I'm gonna try it in there and see if it calms the bearings down. Anything else?
No.
No. We're pretty happy with it. You can check out all of our videos about it. Everything that we've printed so far has been printed on that. June will be printing on the Prusa.
2 things at once.
Yeah, it'll be fun. I kind of hesitate to print anything long, like long prints, because then if I want to print something else, I can't. Xander's been eyeballing the cute Darth Vader on Thingiverse, and I pulled it up the other day, and with my standard slicing settings that I use, it was like ridiculous, like 16 hours or something.
Really?
And everybody in the comments said that a lot of times the helmet breaks when you're pulling the supports off, so I didn't want to spend 16 hours printing something that the helmet was going to break on. So, but I told him once the Prusa was up and running that we would figure it out and get it printed for him. So, but yeah, shout out to all you guys that are following us on YouTube. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Nothing else?
No.
Nothing else. That's it. That's all you get out of us today. And thanks for watching. And we hope that the modifications to the A8 go well. If you have any suggestions, drop them in the comment box. Suggestions for modifications, things that'll make it cool. We'd like it to levitate. If you have a suggestion for auto bed leveling, that'd be cool too, because leveling that bed, I have it, you can see, I have blue tape holding it down to the desk so it doesn't move, so that I don't have to level the bed anymore. Like, I got it set, and now I don't move the printer, so I don't have to level it. It seems to not move as long as I don't move that, so we're good.
Yeah.
And as always, print on.